Hey friends, welcome back to the Healthy Balanced Mama podcast. On today's bonus episode, I want to share some encouragement with you about what to do the day after a holiday. Today is the day after Thanksgiving in the US, and I know that the holidays might look a little different this year, but most of us are still celebrating, and celebrating often comes with extra eating, which often comes with extra guilt. So today I want to talk about what to do after a party, after an event where you might have eaten a little bit more than usual and you might feel a little bit of guilt, especially if you're working on living a healthier life or you're on your intuitive eating journey. First of all, Mama, this is totally normal. And here's why. It is normalized in our society to feel like we're bad if we overeat and to feel like we need to make up for it. But it's also normalized to overeat on holidays or at events, and we often feel a sense of camaraderie by both of these things. Everyone's doing it, so it's okay, and now we all have to get back on track. And I used to feel the exact same way. I used to approach the holidays as free days, where they were the days that I was allowed to eat whatever I wanted all day long, and I would basically binge my face off every single time a holiday party happened, and then I would go back to restriction the day after. There was no balance in my life. It was either all or nothing. And this was kind of my approach to food overall. And I know that many of you have also experienced that feeling where you feel like you're either on or off. And holidays or events are certainly off days. But it is so possible to bring balance into our lives, even around these days. And it starts with how we react when we do have moments where we overeat. Because I want you to remember that you are a human and overeating is normal. You don't need to feel any guilt or shame around overeating because food is just food. It doesn't change anything about you that you ate a little extra pie. And we don't need a little extra pie to turn into an entire binge fest the entire season. I want you to think as if you were talking to your best friend. Would you think anything different about her if she overate one day? No, she's a human. It happens. So stop judging yourself for it. We need to treat ourselves like our friend because our bodies are the only body we are ever going to get. It also doesn't change anything about your health. Health happens over time. One day will not make or break your health. So don't sweat it, Mama. It's okay. And remember that it was just one day. You don't need to turn this one day into an entire season of feeling guilt and shame and overeating throughout the entire season. You can decide today to move forward and bring more balance into your life. So let's talk about how we're going to do that. Practically, what do we do to get back to a place of feeling good after we might have felt some guilt over overeating? My reaction in the past was that compensation I mentioned, and I know that this is true for many other people as well. There's a lot of people that want to know, all right, if I'm not obsessing over my food the day after a holiday, is there anything that I can do, or do I just need to sit in this feeling? The answer is yes. There is something you can do, but compensating for overeating isn't something that you need to do because your body already did it. Your body has already processed the food. Your body has already used what it's needed and moved on. Your body knows what to do physiologically with extra food. It's normal that sometimes we eat more and sometimes we eat less. Your body has already used that food you ate in whatever activity you've done from then until now, or it's stored it to use later on. Your body knows what to do. It is going to fuel you and nourish you with that food no matter what type or how much you ate. So it's time to move on, just like your body has. So if you're wondering what you can do, maybe to feel better if you're feeling kind of icky the day after you overate, so physically and mentally, the day after a holiday, here's what you can do. You can go from this idea of compensation to a place of care. Instead of being in a spiral of, oh no, I need to fix this, focus on caring for your body well after she spent all that time digesting the food you ate. Here's what to do. Number 1, get back to your normal everyday routine. Allow today to be normal. Ask your body what she wants for breakfast and how she wants to move. Let her answer without judgment from you. If you're struggling with this, I want you to ask yourself, if I did the thing I think I need to do in order to compensate for eating too much, whether it's under eating to make up for the food you ate, even if you're hungry, or over-exercising to try and burn it off, ask if you would do this on any other day. Probably not, because it doesn't feel good to starve yourself, and it doesn't feel like it's taking care of your body to try and run more than you've ever run in your life. So we want to get out of this cycle of feeling like you need to make up for your food into a space of caring for your body on a regular basis, the day after a holiday or not. So shifting from compensation to what would I do on an average day to care for my body. We don't need to compensate, but we do need to focus on shifting our mindset away from the spiral of trying to fix ourselves to asking, what does my body need today? And remind your body that today is a normal day, just like any other day. So number 2, I want you to ask your body, what do you need today? If you are tired and worn out from seeing people, if you did see people, or extra Zoom calls or whatever it might be, maybe you need more rest today. Maybe you just need to take today as a slow day. That's okay. Listen to what your body needs. Maybe you're an extrovert and you want to see other people. Maybe you need a reminder that there's more to life than the food you eat and you need to hop on another Zoom call or see your best friend. Maybe you're overwhelmed and you need to go on a long walk because that just sounds good to you. Maybe you don't want to move at all. That is totally okay as well. Or maybe you do feel like being active. As long as your mindset is based on caring for what your body is asking for, not compensation, it's 100% okay. This is about listening and asking your body, what does she need today? And number 3, I want to remind you that eating is a form of self-care. Just because you ate more yesterday doesn't mean you don't need to eat today. Your body needs fuel each and every day, so don't forget to fuel your body. Not fueling your body sets you up for the restriction and rebellion cycle later on. Remember, we want to bring normalcy back into today. Now, it is important to listen to your body. What you might notice is your body doesn't want as much food today. But that's not up to you, it's up to your body. So let her decide. She will adjust as needed. And that's one of the things that I think we forget about our bodies when we have been on diets in the past. We think we need to control our body's intake. But if we just listen to our bodies and we're mindful around our meals and around our hunger and our fullness, our body will tell us what they need. Do the holidays bring up more anxiety than they do holly jolly? Do you feel a little more like the Grinch than Santa Claus when it comes to thinking about holiday parties and how you're going to survive them and all the food? Or maybe you feel a lot more like Santa Claus and you're worried you're going to go for the cookies at every house again this year and end up on January 1st diving headfirst into a cookie cleanse. Back to the on-again, off-again cycle once more. Here's the deal, Mama. There are a lot of so-called experts out there who will give you bad advice around controlling yourself around food around the holidays. I know because I used to be one of them. But what I know now is the more we try and control, the more out of control we become. So how do you survive the holidays, feeling good, making choices that actually serve you, eating just enough cookies to feel good, and singing like Cindy Lou Who on Christmas morning? Join me for my free Healthy Balanced Holiday email series, a free video series and workbook that will teach you step by step how to worry less about food and enjoy the season more. Click the link in the show notes to join for free and have a hollier, jollier, less stressed, and less obsessed holiday. Head to healthybalancedmama.com/HBH. That's healthybalancedmama.com/HBH to join for free. We just need to bring mindfulness into this. So you can start at your first meal of the day, like I mentioned. What does my body want for breakfast? What would help me feel more calm around food at the next meal? Take it meal by meal, okay? Going back to the question, how can I care for my body well at this meal? A bonus tip, stay off of social media if it feels triggering. How we react during these vulnerable times sets us up for a healthy relationship with food the rest of the time. So if going on social media and hearing about other people who are doing extra workouts or starving themselves after the Thanksgiving meal, if that's triggering to you, stay off of it. Make it a rest day today where you are just taking care of yourself and allowing yourself to shift your mindset from the fix-it spiral to this is just another normal day and I'm caring for my body today just like I would any other day. I hope this was encouraging for you, friend. Remember, your body already took care of the food. Now it's time to take care of you. Have a beautiful long weekend, and I will talk to you again on Monday.